Scan the QR code on the can. Enter the unique code under the tag. Spin to win. The drive is waiting. Namanje. Go get it.
Every morning.
Tractor systems are offline.
Number one for today's hits and all-time favorites.
Wake up to the breakfast show.
Right now, right here.
3, 2, 1.
This is Woodmead Radio.
Top of the morning from your favorite morning team. Of course, this is the Breakfast Show coming to you live at Marlborough Studios out in Sandton City. Well, not Sandton City, but Sandton areas per se. Just before the Gateaux train station if you're looking for the Bogart Morning head office. We are, of course, live coming to you from my head office. I'm not alone today. I'm with the beautiful Chateau as well as the ever so... What other word can I use? Yeah, I was going to add
ever so gorgeous.
Yeah, I was going to add, like I was getting there, Feroza. You don't even give me a chance to finish.
Feroza.
So the mere fact, okay, let's not get into this right now. It's a bit too early for that. It's time. In fact, it's just 6 minutes past 10 o'clock. Yeah, I'm here with the two beautiful ladies in the studio. Three-man team, but we got a wonderful gentleman in the building with us as well. Of course, he goes by the name of Sly. The last person I know was called Sly was Sylvester Stallone. That was Sylvester Stallone's nickname. So you must be... Of course, it's the first introduction. You and I have been in the same space, but at different times. And it's been brought to my attention that you're definitely one of the guys to look out for when you approach Black in Woodmead. You're one of the co-owners or co-partners. You're also an events manager at the venue as well. Myself and pretty much the rest of the team spent some time at Black. In fact, last year we did quite a few events at Black as well. I would like to say we made Black what it is today, but let me not give ourselves that place for that. Of course, you have taken over and I've seen a lot has been happening in the space. Before we dive into what Black is all about and what Black has meant in the Woodmead community, in fact, in the whole community of the North, I want to dive into who you are as a person. How did you get into the business community? How did you get into the restaurant and the culinary community environment or industry? But just a quick introduction as to who you are, who is Sly, and what is Sly all about?
Yeah. Hi, to all listeners. My name is Budibe Sylvester. That's where it comes from.
I knew it.
And my surname is Lebalo. I've been in the restaurant industry for quite some time, since 2008. I've owned the Capello in Sunny Park from 2008 until 2015. Then I moved out. And then I owned the Capello. I was part owner as well with the Capello at Nelspruit from 2017 until 2019. And then due to COVID, we had to close.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I've been out of the scene from the restaurant industry. Then I just came back now.
Yeah, you mentioned the word unfortunate. Was it? I don't know if it's a good thing, because a lot of people during COVID had come out and said that COVID was a good omen for them. Yeah. I think the phrase that they used, people prosper in. Some people prosper in bad situations. Definitely. And you bouncing back now is clearly a sign of prosperity. Obviously, the time that you had taken away during COVID, they had to open your eyes up a little bit. You had to realize, actually, this is what the restaurant business is about. This is what the event industry is about. Yeah. How do I improve? How do I make things better? And that improvement is obviously you coming down, being part of the Black family. Yes. What improvements have you brought into the whole environment since you've taken a break from COVID? Since your involvement with the Capellos, what improvement have you learned and you've implemented?
Okay, I think the industry changed a lot. I've learned new things now from what it used to be, especially Capello. Now remember, Black, it's a premium brand.
Yeah, definitely.
So now being premium, I had to adjust. And coming to Joburg with so much competition, now we've been trying to find our brand positioning. Basically trying to find ourselves and trying to exist around the competition that we've got. And hence, if you come to Black, you'll see we've renovated the shop.
Oh, you renovated?
Yeah, it's renovated. It's no longer looking the way that it used to. It's no longer looking the way that it used to. Actually, it's a month now. Yeah. So it's kind of like a relaunch. And hence, maybe I'm here today as well, trying to tell our listeners and the followers to say, come join us and come and see the new launch of Black and part new management as well. And maybe we've got a lot of vibey things that they can come
Yeah, I think I like where your story is going, because here you are in an environment where you're surrounded by a premium brand. Of course, that's Bogart Man itself, and of course the collaboration between Black and everything else that falls under the same soft coffee umbrella speaks premium to itself as well. And you mentioned right now there's renovations that's taking place in the environment itself. And you've spoken to our premium listeners at the moment, the guys that are in the store and thinking, hey, I need to pay a visit out at Black in Woodmead. What is Sly all about? Give us an insight, maybe not a visual, just a basic insight as to some of the renovations for those that have been there. What can they look forward to when they come into Black?
Look, what we had and why the renovations. First, let me start to say why we had to do renovations, because people were a bit confused whether we were a club or we had a restaurant.
Yeah.
So we're all over the show. People were confused. They didn't understand who we were. So we said, look, we have to start sending a message there, start telling clients who we are. We are a lounge, hence it's called Black Bistro Lounge and Cocktail Kitchens. So we do a bit of both. I know it's a grey line,
It's a very, very grey line.
Yes. So we're trying to cater for both, because we are a full restaurant, cater breakfast. We've got a new menu actually that has been launched this month. So we've kind of like looked into our prices. We kind of like looked into our recipes and try and fit the menu to make sure that people who come there are going to enjoy whatever that comes there. And if you can look at it, most of our clients are predominantly Black. I'm sorry to say it. So we had to make sure that we align our food and everything to that style then.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. So it's a full-on renovation, not only in the physical environment itself, also like you mentioned right now in the kitchen as far as your menus are concerned.
Definitely.
I would assume also as far as your staff is concerned, also like you said now, just the general patrons that come in there. Because when I was there, it was a mix of people, and like you said, that mix was literally touching on that grey area where certain people would come in and they didn't know actually, is this a club? Is this a restaurant? This is during the daytime. So I'm assuming with you stepping in, there's definitely a perception change in terms of what the whole overall environment is about. Generally, for somebody that's driving on that, what would you call it, on that road just before you off ramp onto the macro onto your right, it's quite a busy road, especially during the course of the afternoon or evening. What are the plans now maximize? Because you also touch on a good point where the competition is quite stiff in your area, and that's not only in the Woodmead area, that's around the Stanton area, Rivonia area. So it's quite stiff competition. What are you doing to attract the patrons to come in? What are you doing to maintain the patrons? Because there's literally many places they can go. Why must they come to Black?
We thought that we had to find that and ask why they need to come to Black. And we had to think from the food side, what dishes do we have that can attract? So that you'll find that dish only at Black. Because if you look around, most of the guys, they'll do your Mokhodu Mondays and all those things, So we decided to say, look, let's look into our own menu. And our menu, we're going to cater for mainly your platters, your chicken wings. And as I said, most of the Black people, they would like to share, when they come and eat there. So we've created those type of menus for them to say, look, when you come at Black, you guys are able to share whatever meals that you need to share. Obviously, coupled with the specials from different brands that are willing to partner with us to say, look, if you buy this meal, it goes with this drink. And that's why we need to cater for the people. And we're running quite a number of specials. The Hubley community.
I don't know why you're smiling when you say it.
We've got a Hubley almost for quite some time at 100 rands. Which is quite cheap for a venue like that, Actually, let me not say cheap, affordable,
yes.
Because we want our clients to come and experience the Black experience and make sure that they sit for some time while they're smoking their Hubley. They know they've got a meal. They know they can call their friends. They can share the meal, and they know they can sit around. And then later, as we are a lounge, obviously a bit of a change where now we start moving into the music type of space now, where we'll cater for all LSMs. The youth will cater for them. Obviously, your Fridays, Saturdays, will cater for youth. Your Sundays, we're trying to cater for the matured crowd. To say, look, here are your soul sessions. Come and chill with us. We've got nice mimosa specials there, of which you need to come bottomless mimosa.
Yes.
The
girls love that. The girls love mimosas.
So we're trying to make sure that everybody comes around and make sure that they spend time with us. And obviously during the week, we also give you corporate meals, specials or packages, where we try and get the community around us.
That's a brilliant idea, because I was going to ask you that, because you're surrounded by so many businesses.
Yes.
Literally at lunchtime, you see everybody flocking out and going to find somewhere to eat. And now that you've made yourself a one-stop place for everyone in the community. That's amazing.
Yes. So we're trying to get them, even if it's difficult, because most of them, they've got their own canteens there.
Yeah.
But we're trying to offer them something different, where team building, where if they've got big meetings for the whole team, they can come and we'll cater them according to what they want there.
Amazing stuff. Sorry for cutting you. So for someone who's never been to Black,
yes,
what's the one dish you'd say they should order for their first time?
Look, we've introduced a new menu. They call the Black Poiki. It looks like everybody loves it, and obviously your chicken wings, that's what sells more than anything. Yeah. But we do have sushi as well, of which I saw a lot of ladies love the sushi, and I don't know what's the sushi and the habli.
They go hand in hand.
It looks like they go hand in hand. So I get a lot of that nowadays.
So do you cater for different dietary needs?
Yeah.
Like for your vegans, your halal people?
We do. Yes,
Amazing.
we do cater for halal. We do cater for your vegan. We've got some menus whereby it's only strictly vegan food there. Yeah, dishes actually. Yes.
You touched on maximizing on the community. On the community, I want to ask you in that sense, how important is community support for a business like yours? I mean, right now when we're communicating, you're reaching to people far and wide, as far as possible in the country. But quite importantly, they always say charity starts at home. So how important is it for you to, or rather, how important is it for you to get our community from the community nearby?
Look, we thought of that. Unfortunately, I can't mention the radio station. So we've partnered with one community radio station around our area. As you said, charity begins at home.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So we had to make sure we partner with that, and hence the Bogart radio as well. We thought that we need to come here because definitely Bogart as a station, even if it goes far, but it's around the area.
Yeah.
I'm sure it talks to people around this area as well. And obviously Bogart talks to our clientele, our LSM, because it's a premium brand. And people who come at Black, it's people who come dressed up, stylish, looking very dapper. Yes.
Before we close this interview,
yes,
it's the month of love.
Definitely, yes.
What can people look forward to?
We've got an event on the 14th. We'll be catering for the lovers. We've got specials, 3-course meal, of which you spend 600. You get a 3-course meal, starter, main course, and dessert. And we also offer 3 mimosas for that, or a wine, So that's what we're saying. Since it's the month of love, we'll ask people to come in and start coming and making sure they book with us, and we'll cater for them then, because we are quite a big establishment, and the venue is quite big, so we should be able to take a lot of people coming in there, and we'll make it worthwhile. Definitely with the DJs as well.
There'll definitely be love on the air in that day.
Yes.
Just a quick one. You spoke about bookings. How can those that are listening at the moment get a hold of you in terms of just general bookings for table reservations, be it corporate dinners, corporate lunches? Like you mentioned, you are in a community that you are surrounded by corporate squad. You are by quite a few corporates.
Yes.
Just give us an insight on how can our listeners get a hold of you guys for general bookings.
Look, normally people call in. We've got a number. It's a cell phone number. It's 086 052 9013. They call in and they ask for bookings. Normally it's managers who'll answer the phone, and they'll put them on our list then. Yeah.
Amazing stuff. So what are the last words that you want to leave our listeners and viewers with?
Black is here to stay, and they must come and chill with us and experience the Black experience.
Amazing.
Yes.
Oh, you are.
Yes.
It's been a great pleasure having you in our studio. We look forward to seeing you in your venue, seeing you in action. I think you are very calm. You have a very calm persona right now. I can imagine in your normal environment, you're all over the place. Look forward to seeing you. I wish you all the best for the renovations, for the new spot that you become a partner for. I think Black is definitely, like you said, Black is here to stay, and with support of the community, community support from us as Bogart Radio. We'll also probably pop by, do a live broadcast in your space, just so to get a sense, get a feel of the ambience that you're trying to recreate at Black. Thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate the time.
Pleasure. Thank you.
When the city's asleep, before the grind gets going,
Thanks, Mama.
we already moving. Flipping switches, turning rooms into world stages. We don't crack under pressure. We crush it. We lock in and dollar what we must. From beats on stage in the spotlight to face beats in the close-up.
And there we go, guys.
Ooh, I like that.
Making every shot count. Cause the 9 to 5 is just the start. Noma kanjani. We move. We level up. When the beat drops, we get up. Namanje. Cause when the get up meets the go, anything is possible.
What do you think is embarrassing for no apparent reason?
Pulling a push door, it's also quite embarrassing. I always tend to walk quite cautiously and be like, "There's no sign on this door. How do we react to this? Are they watching me?"
Especially, if you have a building that's got a push or pull door, please, you don't have a sign, please.
It's like that. You see when you go to ABSA, the ABSA bank, that's when you see it. ABSA have no signs, so when I walk there, I put my toe first on my toe. Give me a chance. What's going on? Is it going in or is it coming out? What's going on?
That's a great trick. You're trying to find the door that opens by itself in the mall.
Oh, yeah.
Those ones are the worst.
Yeah, I'll stand there. I'll stand there. And then that was like the one that works will be right next to you.
Right next to you.
I was standing there until this one opened. I'm like, Chief, so, like this thing not opening.
Guys, put a sign
like,
or
Chief,
something.
Sean on the Bogart Radio app says I get so embarrassed when my stomach growls in a quiet meeting. Yeah, bro, I get you 100%. I'm with you 100%. Now you think
it's embarrassing.
I just ate right now. What's going on? Or confidently walking into a party venue and you get there and they tell you it's invites only.
So I parked a little bit far from the elevator, and then somebody parked exactly identical as my car in front of the elevator. So when I come back, I was talking to someone. So that someone was supposed to leave together. There I am. I'm pressing.
Nothing's happening.
Like maybe the battery is out or something. Then I noticed someone. The funny part is there was a security guard. He was just looking at me.
There during the winter season, if you got the cold, if you got the flu, there's a certain cough that comes out, and that the cough that you don't want to release during the people. They call it the shotgun cough, where you hold it in, and it gets to a certain point where you can't hold it anymore, and you cough, and literally the whole exam room turns around and looks at you.
And it echoes.
That's the worst.
Sana, AI right now must just get me a man. Because
what about your supposed relationship? You were just telling us about your supposed partner.
As much as it is supposed, guys, it is supposed.
What does supposed mean?
It means we are still talking about it.
Which one is this?
But we are talking exclusively.
Gut health, guys. I mean, one of the biggest problems South Africa has today is men with big bellies, man. I've never seen such a phenomenon. I think we're in a crisis mode.
Overeating, not enough exercise, take good care of yourself.
Tight t-shirt, pot belly, and the meat hanging out the bottom. But it's the ingredients and chemicals in the food.
Yeah.
And then you don't exercise. And you could try to get in the gym and do crunches and all that. But
it's not enough.
It doesn't work. Because it's the diet.
And also a big belly also has other impact. I mean, it means that you can't see your 4-5.
Yeah, I get it.
Because you can't see your 4-5. Because when you stand straight like this, this thing is like
that. You see your toenail.
You can only see your
nail. Cha isikole ngasiqeda wagcina kungibeka emathubeni ukuthi uNjabulo ahamba yofunda esikoleni wakuthiwa kusemajuba.
Yes.
Ngafunda le course wakuthiwa electrical engineering. Ukucula kusiyinto engangiyiplanile.
So uNjabulo noSomnandi bahlobana kanjani kusondelana kwabo uqhamukapi ngoba ngikhumbula ukuthi Mother of All emcimbini uMdola uNjabulo ubonakala ngena noSomnandi stage emcimbini oyi1 and then uSomnandi ingane yakhe uNjabulo usomnandi nonjabulo bahlangana kanjani usomnandi nesithi siyasebenza la esisazazele ngeingane azidliwe imidlwane
usomnandi ubaba omncane emndenini khona ekhaya impela nje ibaleni emndenini
yeah
ubaba omncane usomnandi mina umuntu angazi ukuthi uyacula emhlabeni usomnandi noma mama efikile ekhaya efika ephethe amakhasethe ekudlalwa amakhasethe akhe silalela nje yena yikho lento yagcina itshalekile noma sengifuna nami ukucula njengomgqumeni esengiyahluleka ngoba la emqondweni wami kuprogranyiwe ukuthi kahle kahle nanga umuntu ocula.
When the city's asleep, before the grind gets going,
Cheers, bro. Thanks, mama.
we already moving. Flipping switches, turning rooms into world stages. We don't crack under pressure. We crush it. We lock in and dollar what we must. From beats on stage in the spotlight to face beats in the close-up.
And there we go, guys.
Ooh, I like that.
Making every shot count. Cause the 9 to 5 is just the start. Noma kanjani. We move. We level up. When the beat drops, we get up. Namanje. Cause when the get up meets the go, anything is possible.
Back to the City has never attracted less than 15,000 people. Never in any year. After COVID, there were concerns that, is it going to pick up where it left off? It did pick up where it left off.
How this thing started, I think you can Google how it started.
Yeah.
But I think what's important is why it's necessary. So the idea was always to say, well, how do we do this thing to be countrywide, right? Sure. How do you give an opportunity to some artists from there in Kurumani, some small town you never heard of? Sure. How do you give an opportunity to a graffiti artist from wherever? How do you give an opportunity to this dancer or this producer, you know? And also, how do you teach the government about what these young people are doing? At the same time, how do you expose the corporates to what these people are doing?
It's not just about artists. This man here gives opportunities to young people behind the scenes. You know what I mean? You know, making sure the artists are fed, making sure that they get what they need. You know, artist riders,
hospitality, making sure that they are well taken care of.
That's the one.
Yo, you're the most important person there.
I'm telling you.
Rashid, here you are. Ngifuna ukwazi ukuthi ungene kanjani nawe kwi Back to the City. And as far as I understand, you are in charge of the 10K challenge.
I've always been a hip hop activist before joining Back to the City.
Hip hop activist.
Right. You know, in terms of
Kuli China in the background. That's Kuliano coming up from his 2023 offerings. Album was called Kuliano. Kuli China has been doing some wonderful work as far as our fashion is concerned, but quite importantly as far as music goes. Speaking about music, there's a big event that's coming up this weekend. In fact, coming in this evening rather. If you are keen for a mixture of great events, great sounds, great environment, great ambience, of course our Fusion Fridays has got you covered out in Capello in Northcliffe. For this evening, of course, they've got quite a stellar lineup. We've got the legendary man himself, DJ Christos. I've heard him play quite a few times. Hey man, this guy, even the songs he plays, you can just tell he's a legend in the game. Hey, last number, Diamond. Of course, you can catch him as the headliner for tonight's Fusion Fridays out at Capello Northcliffe. He'll, of course, be supported by various actors, MCK, Deep London, Miss B, and of course, Lotus May and our House Cat. Some of the other DJs include Kilo, Mizi the DJ, Umpile Jr., Sonic, as well as Black Uhuru. Some interesting names are coming. Yeah, some interesting names.
What a hot lineup.
Very, very hot lineup. Of course, it's called Fusion Friday, so you can definitely expect a mixture of different sounds this evening out at Capello, Northcliffe. Looking forward to that. If you are in the area, go show some support for the guys out in Capello. Speaking about Capello, we just had the partner, and they're pretty much the manager of events and everything else that has to do with Black Bistro lounge and kitchen out in Woodmead. So if you are around that area as well, go show some support and just go taste what the new latest menu has to offer. From the conversation we had with him earlier on this morning, I got my mouth watering already, so I can almost imagine what the menu was going to look like this afternoon. But go show some support for the people out in Black Bistro Lounge in Woodmead. This is, of course, the morning show. The time right now is exactly 10:30. I meant to do my sports right now, but hey, let me not mention it. As the manager would have it, we have another interview, a very, very exciting young man who just walked into the building right now. Very keen to just dive into what he's all about. He came in here quite he had some aura, and I'm giving him some aura points. Of course, he jabbed me as we went on, minus a few aura points from you, but we'll have a conversation. Maybe I'll give you some of those points back. But a very interesting man has joined us in the building. Malachi, also known as Kaia. We'll dive into that conversation in a short while with him. Stay tuned.
Every morning. Check your systems are offline.
Number one for today's hits and all-time favorites.
Wake up to the breakfast show. Right now, right here.
3, 2, 1.
This is Woodmead Radio. Not there.
As Rob said, we are having an amazing morning today. We are shining a spotlight on young talent. Our next guest is only 18 years old and already making waves as a DJ and producer. So please help us welcome Kai to the studio. Kai, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. How are you doing?
We good. It's good to have you here. Tell us about yourself. I mean, you're only 18 and you're making waves. You're making big man moves.
Well, firstly, my name is Malachi Tisani. I'm a DJ, producer, a lover of sports, and a God-fearing man.
So, I mean, you're only 18. How did music find you?
I think music started a while ago when I was about 9 years old. Yeah, 9 years old. I was messing around on my iPad, with different softwares. And I came across a software called Reason Studios. It's a DAW we use for music production, one of the best DAWs you can use. And I remember just tweaking the sounds, connecting cables, doing this and that. And I think ever since then, music has been something I want to pursue.
How old were you then?
I was 9 years old.
Yo. Hectic. So how would you describe your sound to someone who's never listened to your music?
I would say it's clean, it's joyful, and it's anthemic. That's what I would say.
So what's your genre?
I do any kind of music, but I'm mostly focused on Amapiano, Afro House, and Afrotech.
Okay, can I jump in? So what are you paying attention to right now when it comes to shaping your sound?
I would say definitely focusing on the more musical elements, but it should be simple,
Okay.
Yeah.
Kaia, I'll take you on the other side of the track. When you started up your introduction, you said you're a big sports fanatic. Right now, it's 33 minutes past 10 o'clock, and it's my time to do the sports. So I'm going to have the sports conversation with you right now. What's your favorite team in England?
Liverpool FC.
Okay, the conversation stuff. No more sports headlines. No more sports headlines. But nonetheless, let's dive into it. Of course, there's been a lot that's been happening in the sports fraternity. When you say you're big as far as sports, you're a big athlete, or you have a lot of enthusiasm for sports. What sports did you play growing up, and what sports are you currently playing at the moment?
Right now, I'm not playing any sports, and when I was younger, I didn't really get the chance to play sports because I had the fear of making mistakes.
And that same narrative, the same perception you had of not participating because of certain fears. Do you feel that same mentality you've carried it over into your music career? Have you learned anything else from watching from the small participation you had in sports? Have you taken anything from that leaf into your music career right now?
Of course. I mean, I've deleted the fear of making mistakes because at some point they're bound to happen. But when you make a mistake, it's not to dwell over it, but rather take what you've learned and fix the problems there, you know what I'm saying? And just keep going, Yeah.
So to take it back to your music, when people hear your music, what do you want them to notice first? Is it the feeling, the detail, or the intention behind it?
I think the feeling is the most important part in my music, you know. The feeling, and then the others come after. They should be able to feel the emotion that I was feeling when I was making it in studio.
And why is that so important to you?
With the kind of music that I do, you know, orchestral dance music, soulful music, you want to feel the soul in the chord progressions or how the song progresses to its most powerful point and so on and so forth.
Amazing. Are you still in school?
Yeah.
How has it been balancing music with school?
It hasn't been easy, but we work around it. We make plans to work around it.
And your aura points, you walked in here wearing a fedora or a cowboy hat. Is that how do you when you go to school with people? It's like, are you famous? Do people scream like, "Hey, Kaia's here"? What's going on? Are you on that level yet? Not yet.
Not really. It's calm. It's calm.
It's calm at the moment. So when the opportunity does come, you do have a very calm persona about you. When the opportunity, not so much the opportunity, when the attention does arrive, do you have a coping mechanism? How are you able to deal with it? Because you are fairly young, and the industry does demand a lot from young people in terms of attention given, gratitude, instant gratification. How are you planning to navigate that? You look like you have very, very solid shoulders on your head, but when the attention comes, hey, your head starts spinning left, right, and even turns 360. How are you looking to manage that?
Well, right now, the way I manage those kinds of things, you know, I take a step back, regroup, take a deep breath. You know, I always think about why am I doing music. You know, I think about staying humble and all of those things. And I think that the people around me in the team have also been very fundamental to keeping me humble, you know, motivating me and all of that stuff.
So there's often pressure on young talent to grow up quickly. So how do you protect your creativity without being rushed into somebody else's timeline?
Well, that's the reason actually why I go to piano school, to jazz school and all of those things, because a chord progression is always going to be a chord progression, whether it's beautiful or not.
Yeah.
So I think that helps me not to follow the trends that are going now, you know, oh, let's jump on this is what's trending now. You know, a chord progression will always be a beautiful chord progression regardless of whatever is happening out there. Yeah.
Okay, so what do adults in the music space get wrong about young creatives?
I think most of them tend to assume that the young creatives don't know what they're doing or that they don't pay attention to the music that they're making, you know. I've heard some more matured people say that the youth doesn't really focus on what they're doing, they're just doing it just because. And I don't think that's particularly true. I think that we do try to focus on our music, it's just that we don't have as many resources that the others have. Yeah.
So do your parents, I'm assuming your parents are very supportive of your music career considering that you've started it so early. So how important was that support in helping you get to where you are, and you also being so confident that this is the journey for me and this is the path I want to take?
And I want to add on to that, Feroze, especially considering you in the music industry. I would like to once again bring it back into the sport conversation. Growing up in a black family, or obviously in a black family now, you know, being involved in any type of industry that did not require a solid career, that either a doctor, a lawyer, you always perceived to think, hey, the parents always tell you, Chief, have a plan B. As with regards to what Feroze has mentioned now, with regards to support from the family, is it more so support for, this is what Kaia is doing now, this is what we're going to support him, or does this come from, hey, Kaia is doing this, but let's have our eyes on the other side for plan B for him? Is a solid 100% support from everyone else in your fraternity?
Yeah, it's 100% support from them. In fact, I'm the one that said let's have a second option just in case. But they're the ones who are like, no, I can see you're talented at this, you really enjoy it, let's try and make it happen. So I'm very grateful for their support and helping them make this come true.
As you should, because I think our family support is quite important. And you touched on you attending piano classes, and I was just thinking to myself, who still does this in this day and age? Because you have so much technology. But that just explains the passion that you have in the music. You know, a lot. I mean, we can learn anything on the internet these days, on YouTube and anything else. But to feel the instrument, to touch the instrument, to hear the instrument in its live, in its natural habitat, I think it gives you a different type of education, different type of information and knowledge for the equipment itself. Because this is obviously correlating to there's a guy that owns that runs a piano a piano class or a piano master class.
Mm-hmm.
And I always look at him, I think, oh, how are you making money from this business? Because there's so much access on the internet to the stuff that you're offering right now. But he always tells me there's a target market for everything, and I figure that you are pretty much in that target market, in that target line, where you understand the passion, you understand the concept of making it, of making money and making music itself.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I want to know, what are your thoughts on AI music? Do you think AI is going to take over?
Personally, I don't think AI music is gonna take over, but I think we should learn to work with AI, because at first I also had the same thought, I had that worry. But when you think about it, AI is never gonna have the feel that a human has when they press the keys on a piano, or when they sing vocals, or when they're playing guitars, So there's always gonna be that element of human feel that AI is not gonna have. But I think that there's places where AI can help us musicians, and we can work with AI.
First of all, you're so smart. You're so, you're so well spoken.
You're giving him more oral points, my mom.
No, but it's the truth. It's the truth.
He deserves it.
You're so smart, and you have a good head on your shoulders. I'd like to know, what are some of the biggest challenges you've faced in your music journey thus far?
The biggest challenge I have faced so far in the music journey is adapting to the change of lifestyle. Obviously, what I'm living now is not what I was living before. So there's the aspect of I have to get used to this thing. Someone can call now and say, we need you there. You always have to be ready for that. You need to make sure everything is sorted. And I think that's about it.
Yeah. Sounds like Chateau says, very, very good head on your shoulders. Of course, there are quite a few kids. And parents that are listening at the moment to this interview. And of course, once we do go live on you, or once we do post it on our YouTube and our various social media, it's already there.
We are live right now.
Listen, look at you, child, waiting over time. I just want to touch on the aspect of inspiration and aspiration. What have you learned? What can you equip to those that are looking at you as a form of inspiration? What can they grasp from you and say, Kaia did this well, did this well, let me follow Kaia's footsteps? What are you doing well that everybody else has to follow your footsteps to ensure that they make it in a successful industry?
I would say it's two things. Firstly, it's mentality. You have to have the right mentality. You can't come in too arrogant, You can't have a big head in the industry. I don't think that works. Secondly, preparation. Prepare your things. Whether you're a DJ, you're a vocalist, make sure you are always prepared for those things. If you're a DJ, your playlist must be prepared, Everything must be done a day before whatever event you're doing, So I think it's just those two things. And of course, it's humility, being humble and all of that stuff. Yeah.
I'd like to take it to collaboration. So, have you started collaborating?
We are planning to do a few collaborations. They're not confirmed, but we are planning to do a few collaborations. Right now, we haven't done any collaborations.
Okay, so what would make you say yes to working with somebody?
I would say it has to be the process of making music. I don't want to work with someone who's just like, just do it just because. I want to work with someone who's passionate, who wants to make sure it doesn't have to be perfect, but it should be correct. That's my mentality. And then, of course, it's skill, their understanding of music and whatsoever. But the first thing is how they treat the musical process.
Okay, so can you tell us more about your process?
Well, if there's a vocalist, I start with the vocalist. She sings or he sings whatever they want to sing. They write down a melody, and then I build the beat around that. But if there's no vocalist and it's an instrumental, I start with the most important part of the song. It's either the chords or the melody, because that's just how I prefer to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very, very solid plan ahead for you. Quick one before we let you go. Of course, just in case our listeners want to book you, they want to get an insight on what your socials are looking like. Just give us a direction as to how we can find you on social media.
On social medias, you can find me at m.tkaia, Kaia, on any social media platform.
And I know that you just dropped something. Could you tell us about that?
I dropped?
Did you just drop something?
Oh no, we're planning to drop the song, the EP, towards the end of February. We haven't dropped anything. We've pushed back the release date.
Oh, you've pushed it back.
Yeah,
I thought it was out already. Can you tell us more about that before we let you go?
Reflection of a Dream is going to be an orchestral dance EP focused on my musicality, and we're gonna feature a few artists there as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds something to be really excited about. Of course, the month of love, so we're expecting a lot of love from that album as well.
Are there love songs in the album?
He's a lover boy. He's a lover boy. Yeah. Yes, no?
One or two.
Okay.
One or two, maybe.
That's good.
We look forward to that. Of course, Malachi, Kaia, thank you so much for your time this morning. We look forward to everything else that the future has in store for you. Of course, I will definitely be seeing you. You're only 18 years old. I can imagine what 10 years later will look like, and we'll definitely have you back on that chair 10 years later from here. All the best for your career. Thank you so much for coming in. Really appreciate your time. And I'll just pass a great message of thanks to those that are supporting you, because it means so much for you as an artist, for you as a young man, to have that pillar of strength backing you all the way. Just when you see them, when you leave the studio, just give them a hug, a pat on the shoulder, say, "Hey, Chief, thank you," because we see the work that they're doing for you, and we wish you all the best for everything else you have in for the future.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you, sir.
When the city's asleep, before the grind gets going,
Cheers, bro. Thanks, mama.
we already moving. Flipping switches, turning rooms into world stages. We don't crack under pressure. We crush it. We lock in and dollar what we must. From beats on stage in the spotlight to face beats in the close-up.
And there we go, guys.
Ooh, I like that.
Making every shot count. Cause the 9 to 5 is just the start. Noma kanjani. We move. We level up. When the beat drops, we get up. Namanje. Cause when the get up meets the go, anything is possible.